welcome. Welcome friends, family and fellow Thermomixers. Today I thought I'd talk a little bit about converting your recipes to the Thermomix. Now, no doubt if you've not had a Thermomix for some time, you've never had a Thermomix, you've got a lot of recipes. And although Cookie Doo has 50,000 recipes, you've probably got your favourites that you want to make. I've had my Thermomix, or a variety of Thermomixes, for 16 years, so most of my recipes are already converted. I've been doing a lot of baking in the last couple of days, and today I wanted to make my favourite fruitcake, which is one I got from Mum many moons ago, and it's the pineapple fruitcake. And I looked at it today and I thought this must be the only recipe in my repertoire that I haven't converted to the Thermomix. So what an opportunity to do so. It's a boiled fruitcake, so I've always boiled the pineapple and the fruit and the butter, etc. on the stove. And many times I've forgotten about it. It's boiled too long, it's gone dry, and I've ruined my cake. So I thought, now with the Thermomix, that's not going to happen, because it will be, I can set the time, it will stir, it will boil it for exactly 3 minutes, and I've worked out the timing, and I'll pop the recipe on my blog. I think it's there as a regular recipe already. And then because the lid's in, it won't go dry, and I just take the bowl out and away I go. So this is what it looks like. I made it this morning. All right, can you see that? Yep. So that's just the fruit and the pineapple and the butter and some spices and some sherry. Beautiful. Now all I have to do is weigh in my flour. If you've got a recipe that calls for cups of flour, just use whatever cup you normally use. Now you can see this is pretty ancient. I've been using this for a long time. So a cup of flour in here is 150 grams. So I weigh it, put a bowl on, I measure it in here, put a bowl on, weigh it. Work it out that way and write it down on my recipe. So I've got my 2 flours in here and I've just mixed them together. And the recipe also calls for beaten eggs. I'm going to pop them in first just to loosen the mixture so that the flour will mix in a lot more easily. So 2 beaten eggs go in, and I'll just mix gently and probably on reverse because we don't want chewed up fruit. So enabling reverse, and I won't have to mix it for very long, I shouldn't imagine. 5 seconds on about 1. That's doing nicely. I'll just, perhaps a little bit more. 7, and I'll just maybe 1.5. That's a bit better. Oops, reverse. Yeah, that's looking really good. It's just a matter of experimenting. Okay, really what you can do is look at recipes that are already converted to the Thermomix and work from there. But I have got some tips. I've got 8 tips that I'm going to tell you after I've made my cake. Right, got our flour and popping it. I'm going to do half at a time. And I think what I'll do is give it a little stir with the spatula so that it doesn't go up the sides. There we go, that's going in nicely. Okay. And I won't do a time because I'm just going to judge it by looking and listening. Reverse. And a little bit more. Right, so it's 2.5. That's working really well. I think while it's going, I'll just pop in the rest of the flour. Quite often when I make cakes, this is actually the way I do it. Once I've mixed the butter and sugar together, I'll pop the flour flour and milk generally in sections while it's actually going. With a cake like this, because it's quite heavy, you might need to use a spatula to help. A brilliant spatula. It will not go anywhere near the blades. It's designed that way. That's coming together. I don't know why I've never done this before. I've made other fruit cakes in my Thermomix, but not this particular one. I guess, you know, all those years of watching Mum make it on the stove, I just kept doing it. That's looking beautiful. So what, a minute or so? Look at that. Just a bit of a mix around the sides. And it can go into my tin. Oh, it's lovely. And it smells so good. Right. With fruit cakes, because of the fruit content, the outside can burn while the rest of the cake's cooking because it's cooked on quite a low temperature for quite a long time. So I just use paper bags and slip them up the sides and pop them on. And of course, bulldog clips or metal pegs to hold the sides down. Really groovy. And to make sure your paper sticks, I use a bit of spray oil, just a little bit of spray oil on there. I'm not actually going to do that right now because I want to tell you a little bit more about converting recipes. That can sit over there. Oh, you can see I've been doing a little bit of baking today. So my amazing cafe style chocolate chip cookies and a little experiment, little fruity pillows. Not sure how they're going to work out. I might have to tweak that a little bit. All right, now, converting recipes. Number one, even though you know the recipe off by heart, read it. Read it all the way through because you have to reorganize it. If you've got to chop nuts or chocolate or cheese or make breadcrumbs, that's done first while the bowl's dry. Then have a really good look at anything else that needs to be done so that you don't have to clean the bowl in between. If you've got two bowls, you're lucky. That's great, and I'm fortunate to have that. Now, as I said with the cake that I was making, measure in your normal cup, put a bowl on the Thermi and weigh it in, and then write it down. Then if you are doing things that require heat and there's something that needs a cold bowl, start with your cold first before you go and finally find you've got a hot bowl and you've got to put something in there that's going to melt. Less is more. Okay, the Thermomix is super powerful. With butter and sugar, when I'm creaming butter and sugar, I don't use butter that's been left out on the bench. I don't use softened butter. It's straight out of the fridge. It's chopped into small cubes, probably, you know, 1.5 centimeters or something, and on speed 4 or 5 for 30 seconds. And just keep doing that with your sugar until it's creamed. You don't want it soft creamed for biscuits and things because your biscuits will spread too much if it's too soft, and the Thermi will make it quite soft. And that's a convenience thing. I mean, who thinks, oh gee, I've got to make it, oh my God, the butter's not cold, not room temperature, put in the microwave, oh no, now it's melted. So it's just so much easier anyway. And I do that for cakes as well. Now I've lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Less is more. That's right. Less is more. Chopping, just most things like a clove of garlic will chop in 4 seconds. So think about looking at those recipes. If you've got to chop something, go to Cookie Doo, have a look at the recipes that you that are already there, and get an idea of how long you need to chop things. Plus, in the back of the basic cookbook are those resources, and they are fantastic. You've got all your steaming and your chopping and your mincing, and it gives you weights and times of all different things that you could be using. So that is a great resource to use. Utilize your aroma. If you're you're cooking something with liquid for 20 minutes, do something in the varoma. Do your veggies, do some eggs, boil up some eggs. Anything you can think of. Cook up some chicken or some fish, and to make you can make fish patties or a salad, or your chicken can be put on reverse for a few seconds and shredded for a salad or for sandwiches. Always think about that. Always utilize all the parts of the Thermomix. Number 8, if you're doubling or halving and you're cooking something, it's minus or plus 20%. So your cooking time, if you're doubling something, is plus 20%. If you are halving something, it's minus 20%. So just remember that. I reckon that's all I have to tell you today. I'm glad you could have a look. I don't think anybody's on here at the moment, but hopefully you're looking later. And if you've got any questions, please put them in the comments. You can contact me in a variety of ways. Don't forget, there's email, there's Messenger, there's my phone number if you really want it. So please do contact me if you have any questions. All right, my phone's ringing because I forgot to turn it off. I didn't listen to my grandson when he told me, Mimi, remember, when you're doing a live video, you should turn your phone off. Yeah, out of the mouth of babes. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. Bye.